Welcome to this week's episode of The Careers Couch, brought to you by the team at Career Building. Join the team as they talk everything about careers, recruitment, HR, and all the latest news and market trends from different industries. Recorded live in the Sydney studio at the Career Building HQ.
Hello and welcome to this week's Careers Couch. I'm Byron, your host, and Scott Clark, the other host here. Welcome,
G'day,
Scott.
how are you? I'm fantastic. Thank you, Byron.
Excellent. Now, this week we're going to talk about three main things, Scott, and that is how to get your CV through an applicant tracking system. A lot of people don't know that that's where it falls over.
Very important these days.
The importance of completing your LinkedIn profile and why it annoys us recruiters and hiring managers. And the third and final thing, getting past all of that and then knowing you have the skills and then falling over short at the interview.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. All right, so to start off with, Scott, what's important about the applicant tracking system and also how to get past it? There's a few tips and tricks there that it looks for. What should you do?
Well,
or what do they don't know?
Absolutely. I mean, these days things are completely different. So, 20 years ago, 10 years ago, it would be scanned by a human being and the person would be looking for keywords to see what they could be interested in when they're trying to find somebody. And these days it's done by bots or computers. Yep. And if you don't have the keywords in there, there's a good chance you won't be found.
I think the average, there was a stat I saw the other day, the average recruiter or hiring manager spends less than 20 seconds on every CV that's pre-screened.
Yes.
So that's quite an important fact to know. But I think as a candidate, you probably need to read the job ad or job description rather than blasting out. You're going to fall over short if you've just blasted out the same CV to 1,000 different recruiters and you know, maybe 5 of them might pick up, but you're wasting your time and also their time filling up a database. And looking at those keywords within that job description or job ad for that job that you're going for. So in your industry, Scott, you do home building, so it would be like a software or something like that?
Yeah, absolutely. You want to be aware of and put your brain in thinking mode about what a hiring manager might be looking for. And the things that they're going to search on will be software that you use. So you need to make sure that software that all the software you know is in your resume. They may Google by company names. So you want to make sure that the companies that you've been working for are also listed in your resume.
Yep.
And definitely by job descriptions. Think about your job descriptions, because if your current position or past positions were ambiguous and you were called something like a customer service manager. But I
think a good one, Scott. We've been looking for recruitment consultants for our business, and they're called 1,000 different things today, like talent acquisition specialist,
correct,
talent director. I don't know. There's a million different terms of them these days. Even strata managers have changed their terms on LinkedIn. I saw that the other day, and I thought, you're going to fail at trying to get a job because we can't search for you. Yep. If I didn't know the company that they'd worked for, I'd have no idea that was their job. So.
Maybe you need to pick the generic term that's used, not the term that's used on your business card.
Yes.
The one that everyone would know you by, and try and make it accurate. Like a lot of people call themselves project managers when they're site managers. So that sort of thing makes a difference too if you want to be picked up in the right searches.
I had one yesterday actually. I had a site manager apply for a project management role and I thought, mate, you're an excellent site manager, but you were definitely not fit for this role. So what can we get you next?
So the Boolean searches, which are difficult to use, but they're the most commonly searched method. So somebody's going to put in the position they're after. They might type in some company names, and the software, and if you don't come up on all 4 of them, then you might not be considered for the role.
No, that's true. It's even across LinkedIn as well. So a lot of recruiters use LinkedIn Recruiter or Sales Navigator or other means. So I guess that's talking about our next topic, which is filling out your LinkedIn profile completely, and I guess having it match your resume in a lot of ways. It's not your resume so to speak, but it is a reflection of that.
Yeah, absolutely. So probably LinkedIn now, if you want to be found, LinkedIn would be one of the more ideal places that you'll be, somebody's going to come across you.
It's a bit of a cross-reference too, isn't it?
Absolutely.
So
they'll look at your...
I think one of my biggest bugbears is if you're in sales and you don't have your mobile number or contact details on there, why?
Absolutely.
Your customer, anyone is searching you, and if they can't get in contact with you, and recruiters, we've been looking for recruiters, you are the worst. How are your candidates meant to contact you if they've seen a job ad or something like that? They can't get in contact. And I'd have to say 95% of recruiters have a horrible to shocking LinkedIn profile.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's amazing.
It seems to be a set and forget thing. You set up a LinkedIn profile 5 years ago and probably don't touch it up that much other than to add new companies that you've worked at.
I think there's some important facts there. We'll also, anyone that wants it, will send you a fact sheet on how to boost your LinkedIn profile. So hit the private message button below, and we'll give you, our 10 tips to boost it and some insider knowledge about that. But some key quick ones are your job title.
Yep.
Putting a profile picture up. Something that you might not know is SEOing your LinkedIn profile. So search engine optimization of your LinkedIn profile, extremely important in getting found, and a lot of people have no idea that that's how the algorithms and the search bots work. So
Yep.
If you've got project manager, you're probably at the bottom. So a lot of things like that. Get that filled out. Make sure it is complete with your education, your qualifications as a candidate or as a sales professional or anything. Get some reviews on LinkedIn because it's a quick way to get a reference. If you've got an old employer, I think there's a recommendation section right to the bottom of your LinkedIn profile. Check it out if you didn't know it was there. But ask for some recommendations from previous employers or a colleague you work with. Us recruiters and hiring managers are going to see that and go, oh, well, yeah, no, he's or she's pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely. Make sure contact details are up to date, like we mentioned.
Yes, the amount of salespeople or actually project managers and construction managers and people like that might have got a work phone but haven't updated their mobile number, and it goes to Joe Bloggs, the new construction manager. He's going, what are you calling me for?
And above all, make sure your LinkedIn profile matches your resume.
Yes, make sure all the dates are correct and fill out a bit of a blurb. It doesn't have to be so much about skills and qualifications, but more about what you did at the company, what the company's like, and put a little bit more thought into it and make it a bit more fun, I guess. You've done all that, Scott. You've got past the applicant tracking system. You filled out your LinkedIn profile, so now you're actually getting searched. You're being found by recruiters and hiring managers, and you're going to more likely get a lot more offers to interview. You've got the skills, and we hear this a lot from candidates. They just can't get past the interview, or they fail at an interview. Yep. What are some of the reasons why they fail, and how can they improve that?
Well, how long have we got, Byron?
Well, we could do this for days, years, but you're probably going to get bored. So.
I've seen many reasons. I guess the main reason why people fail would be just not planning properly, like not doing research on the people they're going to meet, the company they're going to meet, and just the basic things. If you're turning up for an interview and you haven't gone right through their website, then you're not going to get the job.
Or their LinkedIn profile. We'll go back to that. Like, go through their LinkedIn profile. A lot of companies share their projects now on there. They're happy to boost that, or they're sharing their company culture or things like that. And if you haven't done your research, then
I think it'd be crazy not to go on LinkedIn, because you'll probably find people that did work there that you'll be able to name drop.
Well, it comes in with your connections.
Yeah.
So I know Joe Bloggs at this company. So
absolutely, and you can type in the company name and look at all their past and present employees and start dropping names at interview.
I think probably one of the biggest reasons why people fail is preparation, but I think that goes along with confidence, and not because you haven't prepared, you're not going into that interview confident.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you're a little bit self-aware. You're thinking too much rather than listening and answering the questions that the hiring manager wants. And again, checking out and finding out a bit about who you're meeting.
Yes.
You could throw a curveball question, which I bet every hiring manager would love. What was your experience at your last company, and why did you come to this company, and what's so great about it? I can tell you 9 times out of 10, most hiring managers won't hear that from a candidate.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm surprised at how many people are happy to turn up to interviews underprepared or thinking that because they've got the skills, they just assume they're going to get the job.
Or not dressed correctly.
Yeah, but the thing that I see a lot of is I'll ring someone and say, I've got you an interview, you've got to go Friday, call me tomorrow and I'll run through some details with you. And they just don't. They're just overconfident and assume they're going to get the job. And to not want to get every bit of information that could be handy is setting yourself up for failure, perhaps.
Yes, I think that's important. Make sure you're well prepared for your interviews. Talk to if you're going through a recruitment agency like us at Career Building, talk to the recruiter. They've built a relationship. They've established a long-standing relationship a lot of the times with the hiring manager. They know the projects. They know the company. They know what they're doing as a business.
Yep.
They've probably placed more candidates in there as well, so they've got multiple sources of how that company operates. But as Scott said, if you don't call, you won't know. So it makes it very, very difficult. Maybe share some of your thoughts or failures. We'd love to hear where you may have gone wrong, if you have gone wrong, or where you've gone right. Maybe share some comment below. We'd love to hear your thoughts on that. And anything else, Scott? Is there any other tips that you'd like to share today?
Another interview tip, there's thousands of them and you can Google them and go through it all, but I wouldn't encourage that. You'd probably blow your head off if you looked at all the do's and don'ts in an interview environment. But basically you got to be yourself, make sure you're prepared, and be interested in the people you're meeting at. Ask them questions about themselves, ask questions about the business, and if you don't get the job through that, it's probably just means there's someone better.
Or you weren't the right fit anyway.
Yeah.
All right, they are some tips, and we've covered off the importance of tailoring your CV to get through the applicant tracking systems to even get the shot.
Yep.
The importance of the LinkedIn profile, and we can share some tips with you. So comment below and let us know if you want that. And some interview skills. If there's anything else that you'd like to know, please get in touch with the team. We're happy to help and give you, free career advice like we're doing today. Like, comment, and share, and that's it from us, I guess.
Right. No worries.
All right.
Good to chat again.
Perfect.
See you guys.
Bye.
And that's another episode from us. We hope you had some great takeaways. Don't forget to subscribe and leave us a 5-star review on iTunes, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Thanks for listening to The Careers Couch.